Hi, welcome to the Market Alert for Tuesday, the 27th of October 2020. So, stock market slides yesterday as COVID cases rise. That seems reminiscent of something that we saw in March as a headline. So, we can expect more of that going forward as well. So, the effect of this, or the excuse for yesterday, is the rise in COVID cases. As I said before, we've got the perfect storm: Brexit, the US election, which is a week on Thursday, and the potential second wave of COVID. So this was putting downside pressure on prices yesterday, and immediately in the pre-market, I'll just wind back, prices were starting to move lower. So what I did was move to the daily charts straight away and have a look, see where we were as far as support was concerned in the daily chart as the market was about to open up and move from the cash market point of view. So we see here prices doing their best to hold. They shot down, and then we see, again, I'm still checking, the market's brought back, as we'll see here. So you've got all this buying coming back at the very important level. We'll just move this back again, which you'll see here at that 12,339 level. So prices also at the S3 as well, where 99% of the time the market will actually hold at this level for some time before either moving higher from it, or if not, reversing and then continuing lower. So there was a lot of selling in this bar, but this was absorbed because the market didn't move lower. Simple as that. It just did not want to go lower than there, so there's some absorption volume, and then prices are brought back. And then I'm just going to again, that flash was me checking the daily chart just to see where we were. We're trying to come back to that 339, and then again you can see now this huge volume coming in here as prices try to hold at the S3, and again prices coming off the low of this bar as well. You'll see it conclude, and the volume increasing dramatically there, and that's one of those price bars where it comes off the low, the volume is higher, and then if that's the case, there's got to be some buying in this bar, and then prices start to move to the upside. They run into trouble at the 20 bar moving average and this BRN, and I know this because I've got the opposite now in this bar, and in order to continue to move higher, prices are going to have to absorb the selling coming into the market. So a bit of pressure there, not a great deal, and then we have this signal. And that was it for me for the morning session, unfortunately, because ETX froze. And if you're on ETX, you experience the same thing. And I phoned at 8:33, 8:35, and told them to take out the long position, which moved to the downside, which I can't report on because I didn't get anything for the next half an hour or so. And then when prices came back online, I reloaded the charts and got a completely different picture to what had actually happened, because prices, according to a friend of mine, had actually moved back lower, and there had been 2 or 3 losing trades as well. That was on the IG platform. So all of this now for the morning session was irrelevant, even though prices move lower from here. I don't know whether that was a correct signal or not, because there was a chunk of the data actually missing here. So I returned in the afternoon. That was as simple as that. So we'll wind on to the afternoon. Prices have been moving lower. They were already, they had a bit of a rally back to the S3, which we'd spoken about earlier. And we're already switching to the downside. Pressure from the Dow as well. And prices then moving down, as you'll see there, trading down and finding support. You can see the buying pressure coming into the market at this BRN level here, and then moving up towards the 20 bar moving average. And as we approach this point, I could see there was an increase in the volume here, and 20 bar moving average above. There was weakness in the Dow, and I thought I hadn't really traded, so I thought, well, I'm going to trade this if we can take out this low, where you can see there they tried to buy it back. then we will see the market move lower, and that's precisely what happened. So I traded this down, and I was looking at the daily chart, because if you look here now, we've taken out the 339, and my target to the downside was 12210, 12,210. However, I wasn't paying attention. I had somebody call at the door to pick something up, and I got out too soon. It actually did go down to the 10 level. For some unknown reason, I got out in the 20s, misread it. It doesn't matter, it was a profit, a nice profit as well. But then you can see the market trading down to the 10 level, and then finding support. Again, I'm just checking there, and then this time it's gone through. This is at 3 p.m. There's a buy signal that's not filled. The market then returns again. You've got a classic retracement there as prices find support. And then there's another potential short. And here, of course, you've got the buying here, and then you see them buy back here as well, which is, and also in the daily chart, you're right on that August low at this area here. And then prices trade sideways, make no progress to the downside, and you'll see them bounce back here. This is after the market officially the cutoff period at 4 p.m. If you weren't out, then the market came back, took out the stop, and then of course did the usual thing. Again, you can see them buying back in at this level, and we had the other level over here. And then once this was broken, prices then move lower with the Dow as they went into the early evening. You can see they're again trying to buy back, but they did continue lower. So let's have a look at this, see where we are. That's the Dow. We want the DAX. So in the daily chart, here's your 12,210. The market's sitting on this. I mean, we came all the way down to the 200 MA as well and bounced off it. Really good area of support there. So it's a matter of now whether the market's got any strength to move back to the upside with the increase in COVID cases and the shenanigans of the US election, which is starting to rev up a bit as well. And apparently, according to Zero Edge, there's a bit of a bombshell to be announced tonight about Biden's dealings with China, and a few other tasty morsels as well, which I'm not going to go into. But there is supposed to be an announcement on Fox News tonight about this whistleblower who was part of the Biden, shall we say, team when he was with Obama, who's going to release all sorts of things. So it's going to get interesting. Let's put it that way. So yeah, overnight prices have traded lower. They came back. Sorry, that was yesterday evening. So prices at the moment below the 200 MA there, but then find support above it. DP is up here. Got the close here, so the low is going to be down here. There we go. So any move towards the low, which is going to take out the 200 MA, will see prices move lower in the daily chart. And this is going to be crucial for this market now at this level, because it's the 200 MA and the low of yesterday, which also ties into this August low, which I was using yesterday afternoon on the trade to the downside. So let's have a look at the other bits and pieces before we conclude. The implied volatility is now red. It's showing some had a spike in this yesterday. Prices were closed below the 20-bar moving average in the Dow, and the implied volatility is higher. That's why it's in red here as well, 27.85. So increasing there, but back to the high that we see here and here. So again, it's down to whatever news they can manufacture today. We've got economic news. We've just got durable goods. This is out at 12:30. Durable goods, 2 lots of that, and consumer confidence. So the Dow opened at 130 today, which will affect the DAX. Actually, it didn't occur to me until yesterday afternoon that in the morning it's fine, because Europe is trading in the same time zone, but in the afternoon, we need to change the settings this week to 1:30 to 1500. So 13:30 to 1500. I think it's always confusing, this is, but I'm sure that's what we will need to do, because the Dow is opening an hour early, and that's why we trade the DAX at 2:30 to take advantage of the opening of New York, which is at the moment 13:30. So change this in the primary trade times, and 13:30 to 1500. Click apply, and then save it. And this is just for this week. And then, of course, we'll switch on Monday of next week. Okay, one last thing, which I found interesting on a Zero Hedge article. It says, we are going to witness the worst national emotional breakdown in history once the election is over. And as I've spoken before about the perfect storm, definitely. Let me just change the view of this to the reader view. And I just love this here. When I was reading it, I thought, yeah, this is absolutely spot on. It said, I think that just about everyone realizes that this national temper tantrum is coming. It is just that most of these that deeply care about politics assume that it will happen to the other side. So whichever side loses, it's going to kick off big style. That's what we're seeing here. And I can't disagree with that. As I say, it's the perfect storm either way. There are no winners in this. Whether Trump wins or Biden wins, it's going to kick off either way. It's definitely on the cards, that's for certain. But I just love this phrase here, the national temper tantrum is coming, and it certainly is. So a lot of volatility ahead. Like I said many times, this is the winter of our discontent, without a doubt. Okay, that will do it for this one. If there is anything else to report, I will let you know. Fingers crossed ETX won't cock it up this morning. Will be some decent trades. And with that, as ever, thanks for watching. See you in the next one.